March Madness always brings out the best performances in everyone. In last year's Class A title game, Spring Valley Hall's Sean Jepson set a new tournament record with a 51-point explosion to lead the Red Devils. But with time running out, Warsaw's Bill Heisler hit a three-pointer to tie the game and send it to overtime. In OT, Warsaw took control and took the Class A title. Spring Valley Hall has waited a year for another chance. Their opportunity begins next on Fox Sports Chicago. Welcome to Carter Arena, Peoria, Illinois. Tonight it's the third quarterfinal game in the 1998 Illinois Boys Class A basketball tournament as the Wooden Shoes of Teutopolis take on the top-ranked Red Devils of Spring Valley Hall. Tonight's coverage of the IHSA Boys Class A basketball quarterfinals is proudly presented by Country Companies Insurance. When it matters most, the country's behind you. And by Pepsi. Nothing else is a Pepsi. Well, we have two quarterfinals in the books here in Peoria. Earlier today, Nauvoo Colusa advanced to the semifinals, defeating Chrisman, and Farmington remained unbeaten with a win over Nashville. And now here tonight, Spring Valley Hall will try to keep their record perfect as well. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dave Bennett, joined by former Chicago Bulls great Norm Van Leer. Spring Valley Hall has been ranked #1 in the state all season long. And Norm, what an accomplishment to bring an undefeated team here to Peoria.
Well, that's something to say about that. This team's played well ever since the loss last year in the championship, but it adds two ways of pressure. One, if they're going to the championship, they must remain undefeated. Then again, against you, I hate to bring a negative, the law of averages always catches up with you.
Well, Teutopolis knows all about it. The Wooden Shoes were the last team to run the table in Class A and win it with an unbeaten record. Now, Teutopolis comes in with 4 starters averaging in double figures, led by All-State guard Mitch Custer.
You can always spread it out when you have that type of offense, but Mitch Custer is one of those guys you have to pay attention to, the leading three-point shooter on this basketball team and somewhat the leader.
Now, the Red Devils have it all. They've got experience, they've got height, and they've also got the All-Stater, the great scorer in Sean Jepson.
Well, I happened to cover that game last year, and this guy put on a show. And I like the fact that he gave me a call after this and said, thank you for the compliments. What other athlete do you find along that level that will do that with the high school kids and their coaches? That's a compliment to the staff, the parents, and everyone else. That's why I repeat, love doing high school basketball. This is great.
Well, the Red Devils haven't lost since they were beaten here on this floor in the championship game 1 year ago. We'll be back with the starting lineups for tonight's game right after this. The third quarterfinal game here in Peoria as Spring Valley Hall puts its 30-0 record on the line against 27-3 Teutopolis. Let's meet the players for tonight's game.
It's a tremendous accomplishment. A special memento
the public address announcer Paul Herzog.
1998 Elite 8 teams has been commissioned by the Playing in Peoria Steering Committee. They will be presented to each player and coaching staff member in tonight's quarterfinal game by a representative of one of our March Madness Experience sponsors. Fans of America's original March Madness, please direct your attention to the Carver Arena floor. Presenting these special mementos to the visiting team will be John McCavitt, the board president of the local Chevrolet dealers, and Mike Campbell, the account executive for Strong Automotive. And presenting the special mementos to the home team will be Laurie Adams, the Peoria area agent representing Country Companies Insurance Group. Here are the teams for tonight's quarterfinal game. For the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes, a 6-foot junior, Brian Esker. 5'11" sophomore, Johnny King. A 6-foot junior, Doug Krups. A 6-foot junior, Brad Schmidt. A 6'4" sophomore, Mitch Plummer. A 6'8" senior, Josh Esker. And a 6'1" junior, Paul Willenberg. And now the Spring Valley Hall Red Devils. A 5'9" junior, Jason Somalinski. A 5'4" junior, Jason Berkowitz. A 6'1" senior, Tony Orlandi. A 6'2 junior, Matt Peterson. A 6'2 senior, Chris Piontek. A 6'5 senior, Derek Baird. A 6'3 senior, Adam Curran. A 5'10 senior, Joe Strait. A 6'1 senior, Kevin Wilson. And a 6'5 junior, Dan Prokop. And now let's meet the starting lineups for this third quarterfinal contest. At a forward for Teutopolis, the 6-foot junior, number 13, Derek Gaddis. At a forward for Spring Valley Hall, a 6'6 senior, number 34, Joey Reed. The other forward for the Wooden Shoes, a 5'10 junior, number 35, Jason Herbert. The other forward for the Red Devils, a 6'1 senior, number 22, Ryan Andress. At center for Teutopolis, a 6'4 junior, 55, Steve Meddy. At center for Spring Valley Hall, a 6'7 senior, 45, Nick Sterling. At a guard for the Wooden Shoes, a 6'1 senior, number 11, John Niebrigge. At a guard for the Red Devils, a 6-foot senior, number 10, Craig Olson. The other guard for the Wooden Shoes, a 5'11 sophomore, 21, Mitch Custer. And the other Red Devils guard, a 6'2 senior, number 20, Sean Jepson. The assistant coaches for Teutopolis, Rob Smith and Jeff Thompson. The head coach in his 21st season, 17 at Teutopolis with a record of 381 and 100.
There's Ken Crawford. 17th year as head coach at Teutopolis. Coached them to a perfect record. And there's Eric Bryant of Spring Valley Hall in his 14th year, 221 and 150. And let's go to Yvonne Simmons. Yvonne?
Hey guys, as we mentioned, Spring Valley Hall walked away last year with a second trophy. And so this year they look to Hollywood for their theme, the Men in Black theme. They have t-shirts that say on a mission. They're standing here in black sunglasses. And then the back of that says back with a vengeance. With 5 seniors on that team, or the starting lineup, they're definitely back here and ready to win it all, take that trophy back home.
All right,
back to you.
One thing you notice right off the bat about Spring Valley Hall, Norm, they don't do anything in slow motion. When they come out for the pregame warm-ups, they're coming full tilt.
That's not a bad way to approach it. I like the aggressive approach, long as it's control. We used to call it when I was playing ball back in those days, controlled madness. And I think it's a level that, you know, you got to respect.
Ray Albert, James Padberg, and Gary Reed are officials for this third quarterfinal game here tonight. The Red Devils are dressed in white with the red numerals. And the tap is controlled by Teutopolis. That's Derek Gaddis. And Mitch Custer brings it over the line.
The normal man-to-man type defense is going to be pressure by Spring Valley, so we'll see how they approach it.
Traveling. And Teutopolis turns it over right off the bat.
And I can tell you this, Dave, right off the bat, that there's a nervous look about the Teutopolis team.
But on the inbounds pass through the hands and taken by Mitch Custer, and it's 2-0 Teutopolis.
Well, you can see it right here. Just went through the hands. It's not an aggressive play, but an alert play on the defensive end of this, and that can break the nervousness. You can see it again, right through the hands. Maybe that high energy they have right now, you better settle down and just play basketball, which I'm sure they will. But just a good start for Teutopolis to get this going right now.
Free throw missed by Custer. Craig Olson, number 10 for the Red Devils, first-year starter at point guard. He replaced the son of the coach, Eric Bryant, and overcame some early season jitters really developed some poise, and Coach Bryant's been very pleased with his play. Three-pointer by Ryan Andrus.
And that was a deep, deep shot right there. And there's no place in this court that not coachable with the three-point shot with this team, Spring Valley.
Andrus leads that team in the three-point field goals made. Gaddis shot wouldn't go. Ball loose on the floor, picked up and put in by Jason Herbert.
What I like about Teutopolis is the fact that they're not afraid to go inside and start something right away, make it happen. At least the indication in the start of this game.
Very quick tempo to this game early on. There's Olsen, one of 7 captains on this Red Devil squad. Not sure ever seen 7 captains.
No, I haven't.
All keeps it alive. There's Jepson traveling. For the man we have already talked quite a bit about, Sean Jepson averaging 24 points a game.
Well, I can tell you, I think he got off to a slow start last year in that 51-point game, if I'm not mistaken. And then he just caught on fire and he takes over.
There's Herbert, scored moments ago. Put it up. Gaddis had it. Herbert got it back. There's Medi. They'll send it out. Traveling again.
Well, it's official way across away from the hoops, where the point of the ball was called the traveling, where you have 2 officials looking right here. Personally, I didn't think he traveled. Had a little hop, but I thought he kept his pivot foot.
Each team has turned it over twice here. It's 4-3 to Teutopolis. 6:20 to go, first quarter. You would think, Norm, that Teutopolis could afford to come out here and play very loose. Spring Valley Hall has been the team that most have picked to win. Jepson puts it up, in and out. Herbert got the rebound.
The one thing about being picked to win in all those areas, you've got to come and play this game of basketball. But also the pressure, if you got the hype, the radio, the TVs, the whole press media, you know, writing about one team, it does make it a little more understanding that the team can relax. That's not written about as much.
Nick Sterling, the 6'7" senior for Spring Valley Hall, called for the foul. Three-pointer on the way. Good by Custer.
That was a beautiful shot. Up tempo, as you mentioned, Dave. And I'm telling you, this 27-3 record for Teutopolis is not here for nothing.
Teutopolis up 7-3. Here's Andrus. They hit that three-pointer for Hall. Goes into the corner with it. Back to Andrus. Great give and go. Couldn't get the roll.
It's not that, it's that high energy they have. They're going to settle down a little bit.
Into the front court. Niebrigge gives it off. And a blocking foul is called.
See, personally, I thought it was a good pick. I like stuff like that. But he was moving a little bit.
Step back, a moving pick.
Yes.
And so it's Spring Valley Hall with the ball. There's Eric Bryant, who's taken his red jacket off.
He told me I look good in red as I have a red tie. He says, my neighborhood, I don't know if I can wear red. But no.
There's Andrus. Craig Olsen.
You know, what's beautiful about both these teams, both coaches have been around a long time with their respective schools. And I think that's a nice, stable position.
Joey Reed spins, lays it in.
Nice move.
Well, between them, 31 years at their respective schools.
I love that. You know, dedication, you're there, means your family.
The hands of Jepson. Teutopolis with it, Custer. There's Niebrigge outside. One of the co-captains of this team. Takes it to the baseline. Fadeaway jumper good by Niebrigge.
Teutopolis assured me they can shoot the basketball. They face up, square up, boom, miss a shot, and I like that. They went inside early, first minute or so. Now they're selling for the nice little jumper.
There's Olsen.
Man defense down here. Both teams are playing that aggressive defense, making you work for it.
It's a war inside right now, too, as Jepson gets it in the corner, and he'll put it up to 3. There's Sean Jepson's first field goal of the game. Hall is at 2 3-point field goals. It's 9-8 at the other end. Free try on the way, no good by Custer. Out of bounds, it'll be Teutopolis ball. And we have a timeout, 3:52 to go. First quarter here in Peoria. Teutopolis leads Hall by 1. Well, it's easy to see why Sean Jepson has hit the 30-point mark 8 times this year. Here's his 3-point field goal. Just squares up and shoots.
Well, he's a threat from anywhere, and you got to honor that. Not only that, he will go to the hoop on you. So he has a double standard of what he can display. He has one of the looks that just game face look. I mean, there's no smile. Everything's serious. I like this guy.
The ball game for Teutopolis is Josh Esker, number 51, and he's their second leading scorer, but they bring him in off the bench.
It's scoring off the bench. You got to have it. And right now, another turnover by Spring Valley. And then once again, as we mentioned before, they had that energy. They were ready to go. I think you need to settle down. They're just over-energized right now.
Yvonne Simmons, what's going on?
Well, you guys mentioned Josh Esker, and he's listed at 6'8", and you're wondering why a 6'8" person comes off the bench. Well, Coach Crawford actually blames it on the ref. He says, you know, everybody's trying to get established. They are too, and it's usually the big kid who gets the calls early, so he comes off the bench.
Well, as the coach says, he would rather have him for the last 4 minutes of the game than for the first 4 minutes.
Well, I learned something from John Havlicek. For 10 years, did not start for the Boston Celtics, but he made 1 point. He was in there at the end of the game.
That's right. Right there. He drew the contact, put it up, got it back. Couldn't quite finish. And another foul call. This one's called on Joey Reed, I believe. Now, let's see who they called it on. Yes, it was Joey Reed of Hall, number 34. Second-team All-State performer by the Illinois Basketball Coaches Association. And now checking in for Spring Valley Hall is Derek Baird, one of their, what would be, it wouldn't be co-captain, it wouldn't be tri-captain. What is it when you got 7 captains?
The Magnificent Seven.
Works for me. Custer puts it up. 2-point basket.
Not afraid to shoot. I like what they're doing right now. They're also creating some foul situations that Spring Valley better be careful right there because they're going inside pretty well too.
Pass into the post, taken away the other way. Double dribble called on Niebrigge. Couldn't quite get control of the ball.
And he had numbers. That was a break, that an opportunity. You didn't know what was going to happen there at the end, but at least they had the numbers. And the ball got away from him.
Andress will throw it in, left sideline. 3:03 to go, first quarter. 3-point lead for T-Town.
Love that, too.
The
Wood shoes, huh?
One of the great nicknames in all of athletics. Jepson. Nope. And Meddy, the rebound. Steve Meddy, the leading rebounder, averages close to 7 a game. On the drive, Niebrigge takes it into the corner. Custer put it up. A rebound, Joey Reed for Hall. 2.5 to go. Ahead to Olsen. Olsen bounces back outside, and a 3 on the way. No good by Baird. Here's a break for Teutopolis. Offensive foul called on Josh Esker.
It's a situation that even on the high school level, I would like to see them put a little arc in there and not call this charge. When he was out of control to begin with, he was tripped, but it wasn't called an accidental trip. But right here, I think you're too close to the bucket. I'll be the first one to tell you, I was guilty of that along the ways of college pros, and I still say it was not a good call. He's too close to the bucket to call that.
They ended up on the ground, Andress as well.
But nonetheless, a good defensive play, and the turnover goes for Spring Valley to see if they take advantage of it.
Andress brings it up this time. Hit 3 3-point field goals in the first quarter the other night in their super sectional win over Marengo. Andress back to Joey Reed.
He had 6 up to put it up. Did he get him the 2 shots, or he called it on the floor? Oh, give him that on just the account of. Look at a good ball movement to begin with right here. Nice pass over, going up. He was hit. Good call. Good call. That was just a continuation, which is not allowed on the level of high school.
As Niebrigge came flying in.
He must have played football or something. He's not allowed. I mean, he's not shy about hitting you.
Just about everybody on Hall plays football. 3-point try missed by Jepson, and a rebound by Meddy. Contact at the other end. It's his 3rd foul. Niebrigge called for number 3. That will hurt.
rather pick the ball up and get the call of the turnover. And, you know, he's losing control of the ball most of the time he's come down, and there's his picture. Just pick it up right there. Here's a nice block. Like I said, he's played some football.
Briggy 6'1", 175. He'll sit down with 3 fouls now. In the ball game is Johnny King, a 5'11" sophomore. Number 23. Minute and a half to go, first quarter. 11-8, Teutopolis.
Teutopolis is trying to show a trap in those corners.
Hits from the corner.
Get him started. Get him started. He's gone. He's one of those type of shooters. It's going.
He's got 5, brings Hall within 1, and picks up a quick foul.
They're calling a little close right now. Didn't look like a bad play, but you know, that's a reach in on the high school level. And he rips around and knocked it loose, but nonetheless, a foul was called.
First foul on Jepson. 5th team foul. There's Eric Bryant. 375 career wins in nearly a quarter-century as a high school coach in Illinois.
It looks like he's getting younger.
I wish we could all say that.
Yeah.
Johnny King over to Herba. Double team. Meddy saved it. And Esker shovels it off to Mitch Custer. Custer puts up the 15-foot leader. And the rebound, Reed. They had a break opportunity there.
Yeah, he had more of an idea to control that ball as opposed to looking out. But the turnovers they've had, I think that's a wise situation right now.
There's Jepson, guarded by John King. He took over that particular defensive chore from Lee Briggy when he went out with 3 fouls. 22 seconds to go as Olsen holds it.
2 careless fouls, too, at this point. And you need them out there if they're going to have a chance to win this ball game. They're going to need him out in that court.
Hall going for the lead after 1. 8 seconds. There goes Jepson. Lost the ball. Herbert dove on it. Picked up off the floor. Jepson throws it up to Reed as the buzzer sounds and we're through 1.
Good action. Good action. All right.
End of 1 here in Peoria, and Teutopolis leads number 1 Hall by 1. We begin the second quarter here at Carver Arena in Peoria. March Madness well underway here in Teutopolis. Leads 11-10. And there you saw it. The travel committed there by Derek Baird of Spring Valley Hall.
That's a case of an offense looking backwards instead of going in, trying to get something at the hoop. When you're on offense, you got to go in toward the paint, not out unless you're doing trap or something.
So, big edge in rebounding thus far for Teutopolis, 10-4.
Surprising right now, to me. Surprising.
Scooped up there by Herba. Kept alive by Doug Crumps, who checked in to start the quarter. On the baseline, offensive foul is called on Herba.
I don't know if he was stationary on Jepson on that time to get this, but you see the replay. He jumped out, still moving a little bit. You got to be positioned. It's a good judgment call, but even though the defense was there, he was still moving his feet, I thought. But nonetheless, the charge, and this team, Spring Valley, will take those.
Coach Bryant urges his players to play under control. They're down by 1, 11-10. Ball's coming right at us, Norm.
I was ready to go.
I was ready to go to you.
Yeah. I tell you, this is great aggressive defense by the T-Town, and they're playing, getting this Spring Valley team out of rhythm right now.
Andrus will inbound to Olsen. Andrus looking for Jepson. Finds it. Puts it up. Too strong. Rebounded by Esker. Cost out in front with it. Now over to Herba. Underneath. Esker muscles it up. His first field goal. And it's 13-10.
Wooden shoes. T-Town's doing a good job of mixing their offense up inside-outside game right now.
Off the glass by Bill. The rebound to Teutopolis again. Esker. And this time a blocking foul call. Derek Beard.
A little moving action. You got to show stationary. Let's see if he was. Yeah, he's moving. Can't do that and get away with that. That is a good call by the official.
First foul on Baird. 6th team foul. Teutopolis will have some opportunities at the free throw line. Rounded out, the rebound Baird.
That's the second time they had a fast break. The wide open one of those you shoot, I go down to the hoop. They didn't pass it out.
Jepson trying to dump it off weak side. And there is contact underneath.
Quite impressed with T-Town's defense. I think I've mentioned that several times because they've really got this team. If you know what Spring Valley's about, you watch this team. They are undefeated 30-0 at this point. They have some offense. They've been pushed out of this offense.
They average 77 points a game.
They're not good shots. That's good defense. Getting them out of rhythm. I mean, they're putting the ball up. I'll tell you, they're not good looks.
Krause, who was called for the foul a moment ago, got the rebound. Esker puts it up. Rebounded by Baird. The lead pass for Andrus. A little too good.
It was a good pass. He just couldn't handle it, but that was a nice break. He got it over the defender's hands, and he was behind 3 defenders and just couldn't handle the ball. It would have been a layup.
Here's Custer. Has 7 of their 13 points. Herbert thought about it, bounced it down low instead, and Esker draws the contact underneath from Joey Reed.
And I can tell you, this T-Town team is getting you in more and more foul trouble. You can see right here, the patience, nice bounce pass. I thought Jepson could play a little better defense going out and guarding the ball. To get it down low like that, you're creating fouls. You got to go out and defend against those people that have the ball in their hands. You got to make some type of effort to play defense.
Josh Esker, a 66% free throw shooter. T-Town 68% as a team.
Now here's what I've learned, one thing about playing basketball. You can get teams in foul trouble all you want, go to the free throw line. If you don't make free throws, it's all for nothing.
Esker makes this one. He's got 3, and it's 14-10. Teutopolis by 4. In our 2 earlier quarterfinals, one team got out ahead of the other by a significant margin, by double digits. 15-footer good by Derek Baird.
And they had to work for that. A lot of dribbling, not the typical Spring Valley move the ball, get open type of shot, but nonetheless, you got 2 points.
It was deflected. Custer still got it. Timeout, 20-second timeout taken by Teutopolis.
How much time do they have to get in the backcourt? That was why that timeout was called. They were having problems getting that ball cross court. But a smart timeout.
The broadcast rights to tonight's game have been granted to Fox Sports Chicago and Intersport Television by the Illinois High School Association. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of this event without the written consent of the IHSA, Intersport Television, and Fox Sports Chicago is prohibited. But don't forget, we've got much more Class A tournament action ahead. At the conclusion of this game, we'll bring you the 4th and final quarterfinal game. Normal University High will take on Chicago Leo. And the winner of this game will play the winner of that game in the semifinals tomorrow. Teutopolis ball with a 2-point lead. It was stolen by Jepson, throws it down the court.
It was a smart play by Jepson because he's saving the ball and threw it in the direction where his basket was. If anything, they can retrieve and come back. But that was a smart play. That's a instinctive play. You can't teach that on ball players.
We have 4:38 to go, first half. And here you see the hustle.
Right. And he threw it toward his basket, not just to throw it back inbounds, period. And maybe somebody would have come. Almost a save right here, if you look, but he stepped out of bounds.
14-12, Teutopolis leading Spring Valley Hall. 4:38 to go, second quarter. We are at jam-packed Carver Arena, Peoria. Teutopolis leading the #1 team in the state, Spring Valley Hall, 14-12, 4.5 to go, second quarter. And Teutopolis with the ball.
You know, some Dave, you learn something every day. I just called the official over to find out the 10-second rule on that. That timeout they had. Good effort on the big man underneath the ball. And this, in the pros is continuing to count whether you call timeout or not. You still have the remaining wherever it stopped. But they start all over here in high school, and that's why I brought them over, because I wasn't quite sure on the back court.
And in that situation, they needed those extra seconds. Jepson. The jump pass off to Derek Baird. And a foul called. It's called on Mitch Custer.
Well, here's the replay. Good penetration by Jepson. They avoided the charge. Good pass off. Got to go straight up with that. Took a little time. Fouled him on the floor, but they're in the penalty.
Both teams in the bonus as Baird, a 90% free throw shooter. Their best makes the first one.
Wow.
This is the second one.
That's all right.
He only missed 4 all year coming in. Got too strong, but the weak side rebound by Custer. He puts it up, rattles around, and out of bounds. Last touch by Spring Valley Hall. Teutopolis will have another chance.
I thought that was, at least from my angle, you like he blew that call right there.
Coach Bryant saw it the same way.
Yeah. Well, let's play it. Not that it deserved to be called that way because of being aggressive, but T-Town is very aggressive right now. And they're going to the hoop on this team, Spring Valley.
Adam McCarron, number 35, is checked in for a haul. And this time, the ball goes over to Spring Valley Hall.
Well, it didn't hurt them on that call, so they turned right around and played a good defense and got a deflection out of bounds.
There's Ken Crawford and Eric Bryant.
There's a little cut in his hind leg calf there.
That's Esker, so he'll sit down, and hustling in is Derek Gaddis. And actually, Esker was starting when Gaddis was hurt earlier in the year, and that's when Coach Crawford decided he liked it a little better the other way, with Esker coming in off the bench.
Wherever works.
In the lane, Jepson got it.
He's taking over now. Going one-on-one to clear it out. And he's going to work. And he has the athletic ability to avoid the charge right here. Little spin move, little action, jump back. And that is an athletic move to avoid the charge. Another look from the inside. The camera's going out. Spin move. Here you got it coming right in your face. Good call by the officials. And Jepson's taking over a little bit to get this team back in it. Still 1 point down, but boy, I tell you, he has a game face look. I like this kid, and I tell you, he has some leaping ability. This kid can get up.
His season high was 43 against Barnett. And we are tied at 16. And Jepson has half of those points for Spring Valley Hall. Back in there.
Nice execution that time. He came down, it's tied score. Took the time, got it down low to the big fella, turn around, and a nice little left-handed soft shot.
Jepson. Curran put up the shot.
You know, there's just a lot of no calls in this game so far, and it seems the no calls are not in favor of Spring Valley so far, so that's why you hear the moaning and groaning right now.
Crupst. His bounce pass came right to Jepson.
They were throwing to someone anticipating they were making moves there, that didn't happen.
Curran was calling for it down the right wing, but Jepson instead will take it, a 15-footer, short off the front of the rim. Curran keeps it alive for Hall.
Now that's a smart plug there. I remember him coming in last year. He has that emotional effect.
He'll send it outside Olsen, baseline. Nope. Out of bounds. Teutopolis ball.
You call a foul.
Or a foul call.
Once again, official way out from the top of the key called the foul inside where an inside official was there.
And you can hear, you may have been able to hear Coach Bryant questioning that call. It was called on Craig Olson.
Well, you can see right here, he's up, he misses the shot. It all happened on the rebound right here. Well, I saw a lot of arms, so I don't know what to say.
That'll send Mehdi to the line at the other end. His first point of the game, Steve Mehdi, with a career-high 26. And the Wooden Shoes win in the sectional final over Bridgeport Red Hill.
I'll let you know how they got there. I don't know the story.
Well, you know, Coach Crawford was asked about that this week, and he said that there was actually someone in town back in the 20s who made wooden shoes. Gave a pair to the school as a good luck charm. I guess the name stuck. Rebound attempt, a foul, as Jepson had missed the three-pointer from up top.
Well, you see the result of a missed shot, just some aggressive hustle, but you got to pull back. This team's getting us deeper and deeper in foul trouble. And that's just an aggressive play, but nonetheless, it's time you got to pull back knowing that you can't get that ball.
Derek Baird sits down with his second foul. And Steve Mehdi, 2 for 2 from the line. With 2 a moment ago. Finds this one off the back eye, off the hands of Curran, and Mehdi got it back. Inside of 2 minutes for the second quarter. 20-16, T-Town leads it. There's Custer with it, working against Andrews. Takes it to the top of the key. Now back to Johnny King. Herbert on the drive.
Nice pass. Nice penetration, nice pass. And they're taking it to the hoop to Spring Valley. That's the only thing they're doing right now is really penetrating, getting the inside game going.
6-point Teutopolis lead. I believe it's their biggest. Andrus a 3. No. Kept alive, though, by Nick Sterling. And a 3 by Olson. Short Jepson is right there. Talk about being in the right place at the right time.
Yes, he was. Right there underneath the hoop. And good thing it was.
At the other end, Custer misses. And Jepson the rebound. On the pass for Olson.
You don't have the numbers. Smart play. Get something going.
Olson lost it to Esker. And then a foul called from Nick Sterling.
Well, they're doing some silly fouling right now in Spring Valley. A little frustration. And then that energy you're talking about beginning of the game, losing balls that they're going after, got to settle down.
That's the 3rd foul on Sterling. So he'll sit down. That's the 10th team foul on Spring Valley Hall. There's Sterling, 6'7". He's got to play defensive end at Vanderbilt.
Oh, he's big enough. He seems to be quick enough, so.
Virtually this whole team plays football for Spring Valley Hall.
Oh, that's refreshing to hear, because I know when I grew up that we played everything. When you have a school that maybe not huge in numbers, you have to play everything. You know, it's what you can do in your community. That's what sports is all about for small communities, I think.
Second free throw missed by Esker. An enrollment of 495 at Spring Valley Hall, 415 at Teutopolis. A steal the other way, Johnny King bouncing ahead, and he bounced it off the foot of the defender.
That's why I love that bounce pass. Now, along the levels of people that can jump in there, you would have seen a lot of 2 seconds, which I don't like. It's showtime, but I don't like it. I like good, simple, fundamental passes, because normally when you mess up the pass, you get the ball back like that. A lob, you might not have gotten it.
41.1 to go. They got it into King. Missed his shot, couldn't get it. Lead pass, here's Andrus, uncontested.
Ryan Andrus, he finally got one, because he's been up like 4 or 5 times on the fast break by leaving early. But this time they got the ball to him.
Half a minute to go till halftime. 23-20 Teutopolis. And let's see if T-Town now holds for the final shot here.
Well, they should. They should take the last shot. They shouldn't go in the locker room with Spring Valley getting any type of shot.
Custer finds Esker. Along the baseline, Asker got his hands on it. Then he got it blocked by Dan Teutopolis in a foul. Teutopolis, a 6'5" junior.
Here's a replay, and once I said, it's the no call that's bothering Spring Valley, I do believe, in this game. And before this took place to go into the hoop, they thought he got a charge with the no call.
Maddie will step to the line with 4.3 seconds to go. 2 of 3 from the line tonight. Make it 3 out of 4. And it's a 4-point Teutopolis lead. The Wooden Shoes will have the lead at halftime.
I want to say who's wearing shoes in this game right now. T-Town is doing it right now.
Maddie rattles the second one in.
I thought it had something to do with Dutch heritage or something.
2 seconds. Andrus for 3. No, and the first half is over. Eric Bryant and his favored Spring Valley Hall Red Devils head to the locker room, down by 5 to the Wooden Shoes of Teutopolis. Let's go to Yvonne Simmons with Wooden Shoes coach Ken Crawford.
Thanks, Dave. Coach Crawford, we talked at the beginning of the game. You talked about Hall's pressure and you guys having to handle it, but you guys have really not given Hall a lot of good looks on their end.
Well, yeah, our defenses, we played very well on the defensive end of the floor. We've been a defensive team all year long and a rebounding team, and right now our defense and rebounding is holding up pretty well, and we just have to play 16 more minutes of that type of defense and rebounding.
You guys have also talked about a really good job in your inside-out game offensively.
Yeah, we really have. We'll kick the ball into Josh, and Steve's taking it to him. And we've done all this with our point guard, our best defensive player on the bench. So I think we can come out and play even more tenacious in the second half.
Okay, thank you for your time. Go talk to your kids. Dave, back to you.
Well, they're going to play more tenacious in the second half. Then stick with us. Teutopolis leads Spring Valley Hall by 5 at halftime. We're at halftime of our third quarterfinal game. The Teutopolis Wooden Shoes leaving the Spring Valley Hall Red Devils 25-20 here at the half. And Yvonne Simmons is standing by with a special guest. Yvonne?
Dave, I'm joined here by Don Robinson, who's the Associate Executive Director of the IHSA. Well, the boys' weekend is finally here, and as usual, Class A has really posted big numbers in attendance.
They really have, Yvonne. Class A over the years has been a great tournament. Even before we were here in Peoria, where we traditionally sell out the 11,300 seats, Class A traditionally outdrew the AA teams at the Assembly Hall.
For those people that are coming tomorrow because their teams have advanced, or even next weekend, what are they doing over there in the Civic Center?
Well, there's a lot of games going on down. It's a great place to be. You just walk out of Carver Arena, which is where we are right now, out the doors under the same roof, and you go into the exhibition hall next door, and there's a sport court. There's a lot of kids playing basketball over there. There's all kinds of games. There's slam dunk games on rims that I could probably slam dunk on, and crazy backboards, and just a lot of fun games over there. It's been full since 9 o'clock this morning.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and as usual, you've done a very good job this weekend, and we'll see you next weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, Dave, back to you.
Well, they sure have done a great job. What a great, exciting weekend this is in Peoria. And we've got an exciting game. Teutopolis leads Spring Valley Hall 25-20 here at the half. We'll be back. The Wooden Shoes of Teutopolis lead Spring Valley Hall by 5 here at halftime. Let's take a look at first half highlights. And early on, Spring Valley Hall was cooking. Joey Reed here inside.
Good inside move, jumped in a nice pass, and good move, good contact too.
Now, as we anticipated, Sean Jepson would put on the show. Here's a three-pointer.
Well, you know, he can feed inside, and you back off of him, but he's going to fire on you in a minute. He hit that one beautifully.
He's going to end up with the ball once again here.
Well, that's one of those situations where he's moving without the ball. He can do it one-on-one and also without the ball. Just feeding, he's looking.
Josh Esker with a huge lift for Teutopolis off the bench here. Jepson again with a spin in the lane.
Yeah, that was a good one. He avoided a charge. Just a beautiful play.
And then Esker, the turnaround for Teutopolis. And the Wooden Shoes lead by 5. At halftime, we'll be back with a look at first half stats in a moment. We're getting set for the third quarter here in Peoria. Let's go right to Yvonne Simmons.
Coach Bryant, T-Town has done a nice job with their inside-out game. The big kid has 10 points, and they're out rebounding you 24-12.
Well, we're really disappointed with our rebounding. That's probably the biggest factor in that whole first half. our big guys got a little bit of foul trouble, and I think maybe got a little tentative, but T-Town's really crashing the boards, and we got to do something about that this second half, but we've also got to take it to them offensively. We're not really getting our ball to our big people inside, and we need to take advantage of that a little bit more and just settle down and play our game of basketball.
Well, you've already had your chat with them, and you got a team full of seniors, so we wish you good luck, and we'll see what happens second half. Dave.
All right, thank you, Yvonne. As we look at our Ameritech first half stats, there you see that rebounding, Norm. 24 rebounds for Teutopolis, and Hall, a team that normally rebounds its opponents on an average 29 to 19.
Well, that is the difference right now, and yet still the game's only 5 points difference at this point. But usually the rebounds on the Spring Valley end of it is usually the defensive rebounds and out and running that basketball. So that's cutting down an offensive situation for them right now.
Wooden Shoes shooting 36% from the floor, 33% for the Red Devils. Halftime, Teutopolis leading 25-20, back with third quarter action right after this. We're back in Peoria. Third quarter about to get underway with Teutopolis leading Spring Valley Hall 25-20. Big day tomorrow. Championship Saturday here in Carver Arena. And our coverage on Fox Sports Chicago begins 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. The first semifinal game, that'll be Nauvoo-Calusa against undefeated Farmington. Lance McAllister and David Catlin will bring you that one. Then Norm and I will be along for the second semifinal. The winner of this game against the winner of the final quarterfinal game upcoming between Chicago Leo and Normal University. Our March Madness special at 6 o'clock. The third place game at 6:30, and then the championship game tomorrow night at 8:30. What an exciting day filled with action tomorrow here on Fox Sports Chicago.
Yeah,
The Red Devils,
the devil himself.
and it should be pointed out that our two earlier winners, Nauvoo-Calusa and Farmington, trailed at halftime. Three-pointer up and over by Herbert.
Well, we have, well, it's good to see Dave Kaplan and Lance McAllister. I stopped by the hotel on the way over, and I haven't seen my buddies in a while.
They're hard at work preparing for that Normal U Leo game coming up at the conclusion of this one. A lot of excitement here tomorrow with the three-point contest, the slam dunk. And it's taken away by Teutopolis. Esker got the ball. Here's Niebreg. Remember, he's got 3 fouls.
Spring Valley's playing like careful basketball right now. You have to stop. You know, they're all aggressive.
There's Niebreg. Got through a double team, and then ball loose on the floor. Jump ball, and it goes over to Spring Valley Hall.
In that case, I don't particularly like that arrow thing. I like to see them jumping up because I think the defense gets persecuted for hustling and then end up in a jump ball situation. The other team gets it a lot of times.
They end up advancing the possession arrow. They still don't get the ball.
That's exactly it.
And just picked up his dribble and have to get rid of it. Having trouble doing so. Got it to Olsen. Olsen out on the right wing.
I'm very much impressed with this T-Town defense. I can tell you that. They're making things happen right now. If they don't make adjustments in Spring Valley, they make them in deep trouble.
Another turnover. Esker firing at the other end, missing, and Joey Reed got the rebound. Quick pass by Olsen. It's stolen by Niebreg.
Good defense. I'm telling you, they're making a careless situation out of Springfield into an aggressive play.
90 seconds gone, third quarter. Neither team has scored here. The corner, Custer. Custer with 7 in the first half. And here's Niebreg. Custer with it. Great size, great experience on the Spring Valley Hall team. Double team on Esker. He put it up, or Benny rather, put it up off the glass. Lead pass. A great behind the backer. Over the shoulder catch made by Andrus as he finishes that play.
That was a football play there.
It was.
Yeah, we're like Tom Waddle going down the field there.
Esker gives it off to Herbert. Outside, they work it to Custer. Now Herbert, he'll launch a three-pointer. Reed the rebound.
Not a smart foul.
Quick foul by Mitch Custer. There's Coach Crawford.
if he got away with it, it would have been a beautiful play. But obviously, that's always the case. But no, he took a chance, hacked it from behind, and got the foul.
Second foul on Custer.
In that case, it's not bad. At this point in the game, 5:28 in the third quarter here. It's, not bad idea to be aggressive.
Nice pass to Sterling, but he couldn't finish.
Just a little off. I tell you, Spring Valley just a tad off their game of completing and executing things. Herba. A lot to do with that is T-Town's defense.
There's the steal. Andrus. Numbers here for Spring Valley Hall. Andrus will take it himself, leans in and scores.
Andrus has been on the butt end of a few field goals. One-on-one right there, and the other good long pass.
A 4-0 run to start the second half for Hall. Asker going end to end.
That was too easy. That was too easy right there. For a big man to go that distance and lay it up, a tad too easy. And to be honest with you, I think Andrus looked a little winded right there, because he could have gotten back and helped out on the defense. He looks a little winded.
18th birthday. He almost got the ball there, but Jepson cut it off.
Yeah, he did.
Now Andrus has it in the right corner. Sterling will fire. Got it. Nick Sterling, his first points of the game. And it's a one-point game. Teutopolis 27. Spring Valley Hall 26.
Spring Valley just can't seem to get that lead. They get right there. They answer right back, and that being T-Town.
Esker stripped of the ball, but it remains Teutopolis ball. We have a timeout with 4 minutes to go. Third quarter, Teutopolis still in front, 27-26. There's a popular look this week in T-Town, 27-26. Teutopolis leading Spring Valley Hall with 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Here at Carver Arena. I'm Dave Bennett with Norm Van Leer. Third quarterfinal game. Spring Valley Hall has outscored T-Town 6-2 to start the second half. Through the hands of Meddy, but saved by Johnny King. Custer, Briggy. Great pass into the post to Meddy, and contact underneath.
Oh, he got up. I tell you, this young kid, Jepson, they know his foul. He can get up in the air. Let's see the replay here. Let's see if there's actually contact. Right there. Yeah, you got to call that. But he's got the hops, as the kids say in the neighborhood.
Second foul on Jepson. Meddy now 5 out of 6 from the line in this game. 8 rebounds. All he's scoring at the line. 29-26 Teutopolis. Olsen into the forecourt with it. Guarded there by Custer. Now gives it off to Jepson. Briggy on him, playing with 3 fouls. Out to Olsen on the wing.
Two good athletes going at each other right there, Jepson.
Here's Sterling. He's going to have to get rid of it. Put it on the deck. Picked it up.
I think they're looking to go to Jepson too much now. Everybody else has got to get involved.
Found Reed and count the basket. Good play by Joey Reed.
And no doubt, I think they're looking for Jepson too much on the offense. Let it come, let it flow. Even though he's a great offensive player and leader, you got to look at other people. Here's the replay. Ball down low, little fake. Kevin McHale move. Pumped up, he's up, and he's good. Kevin Pittman went down, and that's what they need. Spring Valley has to reverse this and get some inside game going for themselves.
Second foul on Esker. Good patience shown there by Nick Sterling. Waited to get that ball to Reed. Reed missed the free throw. Olsen had his hands on it.
Jepson, good hands.
Hall gets it back for 3. Andrus. And Spring Valley Hall grabs the lead.
Boy, this is a packed house. And you can see the one section of Spring Valley getting a little excited. They're finally taking the lead. Blocks, you better save it.
Out of bounds.
Oh, they didn't call it. Yeah, all right, one official overruled the other. That was a good call. Because that was a block shot. We were always taught to, when I was coming up, if you have a chance to get the ball, get it. Don't look at it and watch you go out of bounds, because you never know what had happened to have it in that situation.
Esker. Nick Sterling called for the foul. That's number 4 on Sterling.
They show a little bit of that aggressive defensive end play up there where he should have backed up a little bit, especially with the foul trouble that he's in. But then again, you're used to playing tough physical basketball and aggressive basketball, and I thought that's just what he was doing there.
After inbounding. Bounce. Give the ball to Spring Valley Hall. Hall with the lead. 2:45 to go third quarter. Olsen finds Jepson. Jepson scoops it up. No. And a foul underneath.
That was some move. He made that.
That was an acrobatic shot.
I'm telling you, he's got the leaping abilities and the athletic ability to do. There you go. Avoiding the charge is what happened here. You know, he just used athletic skills, instinctive moves.
Great body control, but Joey Reed picked up the foul. 2.5 to go. 31-29. Hall, a steal. Lead pass for Olsen. Olsen will send it back out. Sent it a little too far.
Those are the little mistakes. Being aggressive, getting an opportunity, but not capitalizing and finish it off is hurt Spring Valley. They had a break. They had the right idea. The pass to execution just wasn't there.
The backcourt violation. Teutopolis gets it at midcourt. Here's Niebrigge. Ooh, and a reach call on Olsen.
So that was, I thought, a good steal, a good hit, but along this level of playing basketball, the high school, junior highs, they call it all the time, almost automatic. And I thought he had a good steal on that one. Show some quick hands.
Costa will inbound to Niebrigge. See if they look for Esker. Urban finds Esker in the left block. Nearly knocked away. Meddy saves it. Follows, and we're tied.
That's good play, good aggressive play right there. Some no calls underneath the bucket, but some good basketball we're watching right here. Back and forth.
Here's Derek Bear. 15-footer on the way. No. Ball tapped in the air. Esker has it, and he fouled. And they call Jepson. Well, let's see who they call.
They call Jepson.
If they call Jepson, that's the third on Jepson. Here it is. Ball knocked in the air. Esker gets it, and then you saw Jepson reach over with the left hand.
It's starting to get to the point where they're doing a lot of reaching, but Jepson's the type of guy, I think he's smart enough not to go out and create any silly fouls from this point on.
1:38 to go, third quarter. We're tied at 31. Esker. Nope. Rebounded by Jepson. Outlet pass to Olsen. Now Hall waits for help to arrive. Bouncing for Reed.
Spring Valley's doing a lot of picking up the ball and getting trapped in those corners while outside without having their dribble. And they're playing in the hands of a good defensive team. That is a no-no most of the time, but let alone playing a good defensive team like T-Town. So they can avoid that, keep the dribble, run the plays a little better, get the better shots.
Steve Meddy called for the foul. That's his first. Andrus with it. Reed screening. He steps past Meddy, throws it up, and scores.
He's calling it out to show the second half right now, and that's what they needed.
He's got 9 points here in the third quarter. 14 for the game. And it's 33-31, Spring Valley Hall. Final minute, third quarter. Esker into the lane. Puts it up. Jepson the rebound. Jepson steps through a double team. Lost it, but Andrus was right there and scores the basket.
You know why that happened? Because he ran the breakaway so close to be still in the lane. Even though he miscued on the handling the ball, he was right there in the lane where he was going to pass it to begin with.
Andrus averages 9 points a game. He's got 16 here, which is what he had in the super sectional win the other night. 24 seconds to go, and Teutopolis down by 4, holding for the final shot of the third quarter.
It's only 6 points so far in this quarter. Actually been scored by T-Town.
Urban, cross-court pass, Custer. 4 seconds, traveling. Red Devils trying to deny an open look at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, Last year at this time, I do believe I've seen Jepson hit a shot from about half court. I remember that play just like this.
Here's Jepson, catches, scoops it up, and the buzzer.
That's what I'm talking about this year.
An 11-4 run by Spring Valley Hall to close the third quarter. And after 3, Hall leads P-Town 37-31.
Your Lincoln dealers are offering incredible savings during the Lincoln Collection of Savings, an outstanding opportunity to discover the full line of luxury, like a lease of just $4.99 a month with just $4.99 down on the newly restyled Lincoln Continental. We'll even pay.
We begin the fourth quarter here at Carver Arena. Top-ranked Spring Valley Hall leading Teutopolis 37-31. Yvonne, what you got?
Well, Coach Crawford from T-Town said that they need to maintain their composure. The coach players need to be very active inside. Guards need to penetrate to test the defense and then kick it back out if they need to. But just mainly keep your composure and we can win this basketball game.
Well, you got Spring Valley. It seems like they're back in the zone right now. So see how they approach that because the man-to-man's called off. So now you're going to rely on outside shooting if they play the zone correctly.
On the left baseline, Esker.
And they didn't play correctly by letting him inside. And this kid is having a nice game once he gets the ball inside.
14 now for Esker, 37-33. Spring Valley Hall by 4. One thing that Spring Valley Hall has not had a lot of, close games. Their average winning margin, 26 points. In the tournament, it's been 35 points. Right. And the last time they won a game by single digits was January 31st when they beat New Lenox Providence by 3.
Well, I'm telling you, it shows the frustration of how it's close so far. You can see it, but then they're losing the ball, and maybe that's having an effect. Well, let's see if they're composure. They've been there. They're all seniors. They know what to do by way of the starting lineup. So that is a big line of experience right there.
Three-pointer on the way by Taylor. Nope. And Joey Reed commits the foul as he came over the back of Steve Meddy.
Well, that shot was long distance. I don't know if this is one of the ones you want to take it, but create a foul when it was missed. The coach is going to take a chance at 7:03 to
Reed.
Yep.
Now here was Jepson. He had not scored in the third quarter, and he says, you know what, I don't want to let the third quarter end without any points.
And he went out and got his own points. He shows playground moves on that one, buddy.
12 for Jepson. I think he'd settle for less than 51 in a victory.
Oh, no doubt about it. He's a team player all the way.
Esker open for 3. Off the side of the rim. Rebound Olsen. Garrett calling for it. There gets it, gives to Olsen. Jump pass off to Nick Sterling, and a foul underneath.
Not a bad foul when you look at the situation, because that was a ball movement at its best. This is the first time this game that I see the execution on a give-and-go ball that the foul right here took away 2 points. Easy 2 points right there. So maybe the foul was good at this in this particular situation because they get it out of bounds.
Meddy called for the foul, his second. Baird gives it off to Olsen.
Seeing more of a confidence factor building up in the Spring Valley's offense as they go down, or the fact that maybe T-Town's wearing out a little bit with the defense.
Great pass into the low post from Curran to Sterling.
And that's what I'm seeing right now. Execution, confidence factor moving up, and ball movement. Everybody's touching the ball, and everybody's moving without the ball.
6-point Hall lead. Niebrigge gives it up. Herman in the lane. Got it.
That's too easy, especially when you play in the zone. You are designed to make them take outside shots. That's just easy penetration, too easy of a layup.
T-Town won't go away. It's a 4-point game. Foul on Custer. Let's go to Yvonne Simmons, who can add a little insight into Sean Jepson.
Well, I don't know if it's insight because we have a mother here. We have Rita Jepson. She is very frantic in the stands. Get a rough first half, but they're back.
Yes, they are. That's all right. We're going to take this game.
How do you think Sean's doing?
Not as good as but he'll be all right.
So you're a typical mom there for every game, home and away?
I never missed the one.
Okay, well, you're having fun there in the stands. Hopefully you'll see tomorrow. Okay. Dave, back to you.
All right, thanks, Yvonne and Mom. And it'll be interesting to see where Mom is watching games next year, because that young man is being recruited by the likes of Loyola, Northern Illinois, UIC, Illinois State, Bradley, right in this area.
As long as he comes to the Chicago area. That's my push for that. But wherever he goes, he's going to be all right. Foul trouble. Sterling 4, Reed 4, Jepson's 3, and Norman Olsen 3. Because that inside game has got this team back on their heels a little bit, that being Spring Valley Red Devils.
A 20-second timeout is taken here by the Red Devils. 5:58 to go, fourth quarter. Eric Bryant, he was wearing that red suit. He took his red jacket off. He still got the red slacks. He said, these are all red suit games when you get to Peoria.
Yeah, that's what it is. And he wears it well in tradition of what they're all about up there. I've been watching TV a long time before he started doing some of the games, and he's had that red suit a little while. But I tell you, I give compliments to the parents of Jepson, with moms and everybody. They've done an outstanding job with this kid. He's a wonderful young man to talk to, and what it's all about.
You can see he's 5 of 13 tonight. But he's still gotten some key points for him, and they do lead by 4. 5:45 to go.
Well, I like the defense number he's bringing to him. I mean, he's fun, hustle, and getting the job done for the most part.
Also to Curran. 15-footer on the way by Sterling. Bounces high off the back iron, down and in.
He's got a shot ice tonight. His coach gave us a little wink.
41-35.
That's what I call it, off the rim.
You do have to call that one. Mary muscles it up there, and a foul call underneath. That's going to be it for Sterling.
Well, it took an opportunity, Dave, with the chance to when he brought him in at the 7:03 mark, if I remember correctly. And a couple of minutes later, he's out of the game. Big loss for this team to see if they can regroup, because what's happened, Andrews has answered the call when he's been in there.
So Sterling leads with 8 points. Joey Reed checks in with 4 fouls. And at the line, Steve Meddy, he'll have 2 shots here. He's in the boat. Meddy makes the free throw. Well, he's done a great job at the line for them tonight.
Fortune Forrest, he's taking his time.
7 of 8 from the foul line. Hit all 3 of his shots here in the second half.
Just look at these kids and watch what they get younger and younger each year.
That's the can't be the other way around. Can't be we're getting older, is it?
Oh, my goodness.
Andrus finds Olsen. We approach the 5-minute mark.
So I call you Mr. Van Leer. Instead of Storm or Norm, it's one of those things. Good foul. It's for what? Is it the 4th or?
That's Niebrigge. That is his 4th.
How you call that? If you want ticky-tacky, I don't know. It's a little touch go, but it's nonetheless a foul.
Ball will go in left of the goal. 5 seconds.
Got to get open. You can't just throw it in. I've learned sometimes just throw straight up in the air. Someone will get it. Someone will get it. At least an aggressive play if you're alert. But if you're not moving to get open, they're going to get it anyway. 5-second call, so you might as well do something to be aggressive.
They pointed Esther down now, and T-Town turns it over, stepped on the baseline. We have 4:56 to go, 4th quarter. Here in this 3rd quarterfinal game, Paul by 4. The T-Town fans, their team down 41-37. Let's go to Yvonne Simmons.
Hey, you guys, you know what's nice about these small Class A schools is that their families really stay in the community. Brian Esker is the 3rd generation of T-Town ball players. Got Grandpa Jim Esker right next to me. He played for the 45-46 team that won a regional championship. And then Dad is Jimmy Esker, Brian's dad, who played from 74 to 76, and they made it to the sectionals. And now Brian's here today. So a family that really stayed and really pulled together in this community.
It's a family affair.
Well, they have to be awfully proud of what Josh Esker has done here tonight and all season.
That's what it's about in small communities. When I grew up one outside of Pittsburgh, it was probably the thing that put us together more than anything in the 60s was playing sports, basketball, football. Like
Jepson gets it from Andrus. Derek Baird whips a pass down low to Joey Reed, and Reed draws the foul. Meddy, number 3. Well, this is where it'll be interesting, I think, to see the effect of not having played close games as we go down the stretch here, Norm.
That's exactly
27 left.
Dave, you hit it right on the head. Let's see if that experience of this year not having close games works. But at the same time, when you have a senior ball club like this, that is a huge, huge advantage. And as many games as they've played, as much as the coaches coached them, and you have a knack to know how to win those games. That's why they're 30-0.
They have a 5-point lead, 42-37.
This is still I mean, it's anybody's ball game right now.
They have 11 seniors, 7 juniors, or 4 juniors, I should say. No sophomores, no freshmen on this roster for Hall.
Yeah, that's been playing together for a while.
And Hall has the ball with 4:11 to go. Fewest points Hall has scored this season, 49. They beat LaSalle Peru 49-27 back in mid-January. Fewest points Teutopolis has scored this year, 51. A loss to Effingham High School just after the new year. Here's Reeds. Kent leans in, fires no. Esker rebounds for T-Town, and the foul as Baird tried to pin him along the baseline.
It's one time Jerry West used to call it flopping. The Bulls can flop well with Van Lee and Small, and that's what I call that. It was rather get back. You lost the ball already. Here's the replay. You got to be like, hey, get back and leave it alone right now. That's what would have been rise. But you try to get the charge. You try to get the one for the team.
So the third foul on Baird. Yet another player in foul trouble, and Esker at the line where he's 2 of 4 on the night.
Were the rest of the Eskers, or who was the family? Is this the one that had the grandfather?
Yep.
I wonder if they were like that. Well, the cousin of the Esker. Okay.
16 in the ball game for Esker.
Nice touch he has for a big guy.
Missed the second. And it's a 4-point Hall lead inside of 4 minutes. Andrus, he's had a nice game for Spring Valley Hall.
Now here's where, Dave, turnovers is one thing, but here's where they amplify right now. This will make you really, really go to ulcers as a coach.
Jepson.
Oh, nice move, but he missed the shot. Excellent move to avoid the charge.
Nettie. Teutopolis can cut it to 2.
Another big layup there. He missed, but we'll see what happens.
There's Nettie. Banks it in. Ball game. No ball game here. Do we ever? 3 minutes to go. 42-40. Spring Valley Hall. Andrus out on the right wing with it.
That defense is making them get the ball when they don't want it, and then working a little extra hard just to get the bench ball. This T-Town's bench is great defense.
This has been a defensive struggle.
It's my kind of game.
Austin on fire from 14. No. There, the rebound. Traveling.
Well, they're going to call that on the high school level. I know I'm used to seeing all phases of basketball along the college, the high school, the pros. Here's the jump shot, spin away and got it. But the rebound, and you call that on the high school level. That is a good call by the official because that's what they call on this level.
Teutopolis can tie or take the lead with a 3. 2.5 to go.
And as I said, at this point, turnovers, this part of the game, more crucial than ever. Jepson's called for a foul there. I personally didn't see a foul.
That's number 4 on Jepson.
Unless he did something before the ball was thrown in. I'd see the replay, see what happened here. Here's the lob in, Dave.
Esker gets it. There's Jepson.
Yeah, he put a little elbow in the back. Can't do it on this level.
Esker brings the wooden shoes within 1. Look at those T-Town players.
Wooden shoes don't need laces, do they?
Oh, they don't. But it's the second one.
Couldn't really do it, couldn't bang them up.
We got to be pretty tight right now. 42-41. Jepson Circles back out with it.
Well, the waterproofer wouldn't be tight, you know. Waterlogged.
Jepson, off to Reed. Reed spun around Nettie and scores.
And they practiced that move, you know what, before the game started. They were warming up. They were practicing spin around moves like that.
After 3, too strong. Baird the rebound, 1:46 to go. Nettie steals at the other end.
Turnovers, I'm telling you, at this point in the game, you go crazy.
44-41, Spring Valley Hall. 1:35 to go, fourth quarter.
In the beginning of the game, if you're throwing that, okay, the rest of the play. But now the stretch run, you just don't want to throw the ball away like that.
Three-pointer by
Get it out. Wow. Well, they found out with a call there as far as what I've seen, is he was going down with maybe a step call right there, that being Joey Reed. But I tell you, he stepped in big and is playing his heart out right now. But watch this spinning basket by Joey Reed. We see this. In the beginning, they were practicing this for warm-ups. Just bounce, spinning, and it hit.
And a timeout taken by Teutopolis. They take a full timeout with 1:23 to go. The Red Devils gather around their coach. They lead 44-41. Yvonne, it's getting tense in here.
It is, and you know what? Coach Crawford just put a lot of pressure on number 23, Johnny King. He said before he went to the ball game, it is up to you. You've got to stop Jetson. It's all on you. So that's putting on the pressure a little bit.
Well, I guess.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's your baby.
Really not in our flex offense.
Taking a laugh from Chet Coffin. It's your baby.
Let's run the offense.
Coming up next after the conclusion of this game, the fourth and final quarterfinal game, Chicago-Leo will take on Normal University High. And the winner of that game will play the winner of this game tomorrow in the semifinals. It all gets underway at 11 o'clock with the first semifinal, Nauvoo-Calusa against 32-0 Farmington. Our March Madness special continues our coverage at 6 o'clock on championship night. At 6:30, the third place contest, and then the championship game at 8:30 tomorrow night right here on Fox Sports Chicago.
The Devil. Yeah. You ever hear that? The Devil Mrs. Jones?
Yeah. there's the possession arrow to Spring Valley Hall.
I'm aging myself when I talk about that.
Free throw by Reed is good.
Joey Reed's been somewhat of a hero coming in here in the second half and replacing the ever popular Nick Sterling on the foul-out situation. And he's been playing big-time ball, Dave. He's made a few moves and a few rebounds. And if they get this victory, you got to circle his name for coming in and doing the job.
Two huge free throws right there.
That's a smart play.
At the other end.
Smart play again. I'm telling you, instinctively, you're going to get the ball back. You might as well throw down. And what he's done is take it down about 4 or 5 seconds off the clock.
62 seconds to go. Cross-court pass tipped out of bounds by a diving Sean Jepson.
Oh, he's just. I'm a favorite of his. I can't say anything about it because he does everything. Not just scoring. Look at this. Man, he has an attitude that I desire. Like, hope he ends up in the Chicago area.
Johnny King finding Meddy, and a timeout is taken by Coach Crawford. With 54.2 to go, it's a 5-point game. Teutopolis on an 8-game winning streak. They've won 17 of their last 18 games, many of those decisively. And right now, they've got to figure out a way to wipe out a 5-point deficit in 54.2 seconds.
And it could be done. I've seen a little bit of everything in the world of basketball. As long as you hit a three, get here, a turnover, a foul, or just a play that goes airborne or something like that. So you got to keep hustling. That's 54.2 is a lot of time, but at the same time, it's not. Look at this.
Shooting in the second half. Talk about tightening the screws defensively. Hall has done that.
And it's still a close game. 61% over 28, that's outstanding difference, but still a close ball game.
Esker out to Custer for three, short off the side of the rim. Picked up off the floor by Jepson.
Great hands.
Jepson weaves his way over the line.
Olsen had great hands on that one.
40 seconds to go. There.
Good foul.
And a quick foul by Niebrugge. That's going to be number 5.
I was going to say, that's, well, not such a good foul on him, but hey, someone had to get something. What can you do?
No reason to save him at this point.
No, it's someone else has to do the job. That's simple as that.
Checking in for T-Town.
I hope we had a shot at that up. Just congratulating. That's what I love about this game of basketball on the high school level. When you get to this, the sportsmanship, playing hard and patting each other on the back, and not the trash talking and taunting that goes on in this game.
We have not seen any of that today, Norm.
That's what I contribute to the coaching, the parents, and everything else. I just can't stand that. I'm going to harp out on it because it's just too much of it nowadays. And we're talking about the player of the game.
Our player of the game, our Lincoln Mercury. Player of the game, Ryan Andrus. As Barrett makes the second free throw. Andrus with 16 in the game. And they got 11 of those in the third quarter. When Hall got the lead. Jackson the steal, 2-on-1. He'll take it himself.
That's Pickbell. Steal that one right there.
Spring Valley Hall will advance to the semifinals.
I'll tell you, it wasn't pretty, but they got a victory out of it.
Here's the exclamation mark by our Lincoln Mercury player of the game.
And this score is going to end up 11-point victory, if not more or less.
Oh, well, there's a three at the buzzer.
And it was much closer than it looked, people.
Make it 31-0 for the Red Devils. And it's on to the semifinals tomorrow as the #1 team in the state rallies here in the second half and defeats T-Town, the Wooden Shoes of Teutopolis, 52-44. So Spring Valley Hall will play on Championship Saturday, winning here 52-44, and Yvonne is standing by with the victorious head coach, Eric Bryant.
Coach Bryant, you said coming down here, it's basically the same team, but they've got a different attitude. They really showed a lot of grit in the second half.
They were determined, I think. You know, they were just very down on themselves at halftime. You know, kept telling each other, we're not losing this ball game. And they came out, did a much better job defensively and on the boards in that second half. And we finally got a few things going offensively. And despite the foul trouble, you know, we were able to hang in there and get the ball inside and get a few nice shots. So Teutopolis has a very good team. I tell you what, they played as good a defense as we've seen all year long, and I think we're very lucky to come out here with this one.
You only had 3 teams that came close, you know, single-digit deficit. Was this important for you guys to get this one? Obviously, so you can go on, but...
Yeah, it's tough. The first game down here is really tough. There's no doubt about it. The kids have got a lot of pre-game jitters, you know. They're in front of 10, 11,000 people. You know, it's difficult. I don't care how veteran team you have. It's hard on them, but I was real proud of these guys the second half. Little defensive change helped us a little bit, but it was determination on their part that got the job done.
Well, congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow. Guys, experience helps a lot in this level.
Oh, it sure does, Yvonne. No great looks of elation on the faces of the Red Devils as they headed for the locker room. They're on a mission, and the mission continues tomorrow. We'll be back. Back at Carver Arena in Peoria, the top-ranked Red Devils of Spring Valley Hall move on 52-44, and let's take a look at our Pepsi play of the game. As you might guess, it involves number 20 for Spring Valley Hall, Sean Jepson.
Oh boy, nice move. That's a highlight film for the rest of the year to the championship play. That was a heck of a move.
Jepson with our Pepsi play of the game, and Sean Jepson finished here with 14 points. He had just 4 points after halftime, Norm, but it seemed like when they needed a play, when they needed him to create something, he did it, and that's been his trademark.
Well, a lot of plays that he represents and brought to the table won't get in the newspapers. The deflections, the intimidation, his presence, all those type of things is what he brings to the table, and definitely turned this team around. But that bench today was the key to this victory right now for Spring Valley.
And a valiant effort by Teutopolis. We'll come back with more, and we'll get you ready for the next quarterfinal game in a moment. Spring Valley Hall wins it here, 52-44. They took control in the third quarter, and let's go to second half action between the Red Devils and the Wooden Shoes. Sterling with the rebound, and Olsen will find Andrus.
Yeah, that started it all in the second half with getting this team on track.
And Andrus hitting a three-pointer. Hall really took control. And again, he was right there when Jepson had the ball knocked away.
Yeah, he's been there a few times, but he finally capitalized on that one.
This was the finishing touch to a third quarter in which the Red Devils outscored the Wooden Shoes 17-6. They went on to win the ball game. Nettie for Teutopolis with 2 points as the Wooden Shoes wouldn't go away.
Oh, that's a good move. I love it. I love that one.
Our Ameritech final stats. Field goal shooting. Teutopolis finished up 33%, 48% shooting for Spring Valley Hall. Free throw shooting, 12 of 18 for T-Town, 7 of 10 for Hall. Rebounds, Teutopolis did win the battle on the boards, also committed 2 more turnovers than did Spring Valley Hall.
Yeah, it's an unbalanced situation, but they did come through with that. But at the same time, you know, they were dominating the boards first half, but they turned it around second half. As Coach Bryan did make mention, we've got to get back on those boards.
Well, certainly nothing to be sorry about for Teutopolis. They played valiantly against the #1 team. Great effort. Spring Valley Hall moves on, and we'll see what they do tomorrow in the semis. A lot more coming up. Coming up next, it's Normal University High against Chicago Leo in our next quarterfinal game. 52-44. The Red Devils win it here. For Norm Van Leer, I'm Dave Bennett. Stay with us. More basketball to come.
Welcome back to Carver Arena. I've been joined by Greg Edwards with the Peoria Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. Well, you guys came up with the March Madness experience. It's really the first in the nation. Where'd you come up with the concept?
Well, the concept actually originated by the NCAA and their Fan Jam. The NBA does their NBA experience. But we thought when we bid on the event to come to Peoria, we thought we had to have something that was going to make it all new, totally new. To come to Peoria out of Champaign after 77 years of Champaign. So the March Madness experience came about. It's a skill event that happens in the exhibit hall here at Carver Arena in the Peoria Civic Center. It's a great event. All ages can come in and enjoy it. Everything from slam dunking to free throw shooting contests. Kids of all ages, really. It's a new event. It's a great event. And it is the first type of its kind in the whole nation for the high school age group.
And really, the interactive age has really made this possible.
Really has. And, you know, the IHSA, one thing they wanted to do with the tournament was to turn it into a family event and really make the whole March Madness a total experience. And that's really what we've done here. We've got now the March Madness experience. You have the tournament games here in the arena. And also you have the Scholastic Bowl that runs next weekend during the AA tournament.
Well, you're in charge of the accommodations for the visitors. You're from this Peoria area. What has it done for this area?
Tremendous impact. We have 26,000 people plus in here each weekend from out of town. Our estimate, which I think is very conservative, we estimate that it's over $4.2 million economic impact on our local economy. We love it. We love basketball here in Peoria, so keep coming back.
Well, we will, and you guys have done a really great job. It's a lot of fun, and I can tell a lot of the fans are having fun as well. Go enjoy the evening.
Thank you.
We'll be back with the next quarterfinal game, the final one, and get set for the teams tomorrow.
Carver Arena in Peoria, Illinois. We welcome you back to the March Madness. Tonight, the final quarterfinal game of the evening. One ticket still to be punched to the Final Four. It's Normal U High and Chicago Leo. Let's take a look at how we reached this point. 3 teams punching tickets starting this afternoon. And we remind you tonight's coverage of the IHSA Boys Class A Championship game are proudly presented by Pepsi and by Country Company. It's been a busy afternoon of basketball. 3 winners this afternoon, 1 more to crown tonight. Here's how we got to this point. Our 3 winners this afternoon in tremendous basketball games. We expect the same tonight. Hi again, everybody. I'm Lance McAllister. Alongside is David Kaplan. U-High tonight against Lehigh. U-High 25-7. Leo 25-6. I'm Lance McAllister. Alongside is David Kaplan. And David, from an experience standpoint tonight, U-High has been here 5 of the last 7 years. Leo not used to this, but is it a big factor?
I don't think it's a big factor, Lance, because while U-High has tournament experience, Leo comes out of the awesome Chicago area. When you play against the players they do on a game-in, game-out basis, I think you can wash out the experience factor and say both clubs are ready for tonight.
A couple of names to keep an eye on tonight. Let's take a look at him. First from Leo, Andre Brown. We're going to hear a lot about this guy. He's just a sophomore.
Right, Andre Brown will be one of the best players in the country. This kid can flat out score. 17 points a game. He gets good looks at the basket. 6'9". He can rebound, trigger their fast break. He is the key to what they do offensively.
Meanwhile, for U-High, it is Seth Hubbard, a big guy in his own right.
Right, Seth Hubbard played on the team that was here last year, just a sophomore. His dad is the coach. He's growing up around the game. He has a real nice perimeter game for a big guy, but he makes his living down on the low block, especially on stickbacks.
Are you ready for some basketball? We are. One more game to go, and we've got it for you. We'll set it up, hear from the coaches, and set up the lineups when we come back. Hang tight.
At your Lincoln dealer. Lincoln, what a luxury car should be.
And welcome back. Nearing tip-off tonight, the Pioneers and the Lions. And for more from the head coach of the Leo Lions, we welcome in Eric Collins. Eric?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Lance. We're here with Coach Mike Mandarina of the Leo Lions. Mike, we don't know much about your team. What should we expect out of the Lions tonight?
Well, we're going to try to push the ball whenever possible, play pressure defense, and try to get the tempo going our way.
In terms of University High, they have much experience. They've been down here 5 of the last 7 years. Are you worried about what they bring to the table?
Well, they bring a lot of experience, but we played a very, very tough, primarily double-A schedule. So our kids have seen pretty much anything. I think we're ready.
And your big gun, Andre Brown, last year he was a freshman, not even playing much in the freshman team at Bishop Wrights. Now he's your big star.
Yeah, he's come up big this year, and the seniors surrounding him are outstanding players, and they're very unselfish with the ball to him.
Coach, thanks for talking to us, and wish you good luck.
All right, thanks, Mike.
That's Coach Mike Mandarina. Now let's go back to Lance. How about that? Lance, take it away.
Thank you very much, Eric Collins. Still more to come in the pregame. We'll get you set up with the other side of the coin. Talk with Cal Hubbard from Normal U-High when we come back. Stay with us. And welcome back. Nearing the tip tonight for Game 4. It's been a busy day. It stays that way tomorrow. 4 more to come your way. Start it bright early tomorrow morning and take you through the night and crown it eventually a state champion. We heard from Mike Mandarino. We will hear shortly from Cal Hubbard. Mike Mandarino, a guy who's done great things in his first season. Well, let's flip that coin and talk with the head coach of U-High. We welcome in again, Eric Collins. Eric?
Lance, thanks a lot. We're here with Coach Cal Hubbard of U-High, the Pioneers. Last year we saw you down here, and you're guard-oriented. Now you're a big guy-oriented. Is it difficult to kind of go from one year to the next and just have different philosophies?
Not really. I mean, that's what we do as basketball coaches, evaluate our team's strengths and weaknesses and try to play to your strengths and away from your weaknesses.
Your strength this year, obviously, the big guys. How does that match up tonight against Leo?
Well, that's one of their strengths, too, so it should be a heck of a game.
You just were with the guys in the locker room a couple of moments ago. Can you tell us about what the feeling was in there? How did the guys reacting?
Nervous, tight, ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
That's right.
All right, you heard it here first. Cal Hubbard, telling it like it is. Let's go back to Lance and Dave. Guys, take it away.
Thanks, Eric. U-High is mentioned, familiar to this arena 5 times in 7 years, and familiar to the Elite 8. 5 times in 7 years they've been here. This has become tradition with them.
It has. They've made a home down here. They're very well coached. Cal Hubbard does just